Reese, I got a signal from your phone.
You gotta do something.
Relax. I'm on it.
Person of Interest is about an eccentric software genius who becomes a billionaire, who life was irrevocably changed after 9/11, both physically and mentally. And he set about building a machine that could detect domestic terrorism.
After the towers came down, the government gave itself the power to read every email, listen to every cell phone, to pick the terrorists out of the general population before they could act.
But they needed a system to sort through it all.
So how do you know about it?
I built it.
And he finds this other individual, played by Jim Caviezel, named Reese, who is a man of action.
Our employer wants to have a word with you.
I've been watching you for a long time, Mr. Reese. I know about the work you used to do for the government. I know about the doubts you came to have about that work. I think you and I can help one another. I need your skills. You need a purpose. More specifically, you need a job.
Their lives were changed after 9/11, and traumatic things happened in their personal lives that wound up putting them in the situation they are today. And they're both characters that have fallen off the grid. The government's looking for both of them, and yet doesn't know where they are. So it's sort of a perfect union of two people with a common mission. The common denominator being they have these numbers that every week they could do something about it. They don't know whether that person's going to commit the crime or be a victim of it.
I've got a list of people who are about to be in very bad situations. I was building the government a tool of unimaginable power.
You gave yourself a way to communicate with it. But you don't get names, do you?
Just a social security number. If anyone ever found out, I'd lose access, so 9 digits, that's all we get.
And all of these numbers represent
Lost chances.
If you told people 15 years ago that you'd be carrying around something in your pocket that could tell the government, tell private enterprise where you were at all times, who you talked to, who your friends were, and establish a timeline for you, and you would give up all your most vital personal information willingly, voluntarily, people might say you were crazy, but that's where we are today. What Joe and I always say is, like, if we do our jobs right, you'll be looking at your cell phone a little nervously at the end of the episode.